Hey everybody, welcome back to episode 31 of Input Left's Pokemon Diamond Randomizer Nuzlocke. We are here on Route 212 or something. I don't know, we're fighting fishermen.
Everyone, grab your Delta 8, because this is going to be one heck of an episode.
Fisherman one heck of an episode.
I told you about Delta 8, right?
Delta 8? I don't think you have.
I held it up during one of our Jackbox games. But Delta 8 is basically a new strain of like marijuana plant. So it's not it's not THC, it's Delta 8.
Yeah, I think you told me about that, yeah.
And it's a legal strain that has many of the same, shall we say, side effects. Yeah. So not that I'm currently on it, but I do recommend it. I have it every now and then in the night. Helps me get to sleep. Highly recommend. Check it out. You can have it legally just delivered to you online without any identification.
And this is regardless of which state you live in, because it's not outlawed yet. This is what we're hearing.
That's the idea. I do believe that.
I just want to make sure that you aren't advocating for our viewers to do something illegal.
No, I would never do that. And check. Yeah, my lawyers are telling me check your state local ordinances before making such a purchase. However,
right.
And it might be like 2 states where it is banned, but in general, very much legal. And
okay,
yeah. So there you go. Support the industry.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah. So I think this might be Torterra. I think that Grotto evolves to level 32.
Yeah, he is Actually, he's between Empoleon and... Isn't he? I think he might be higher level than 32.
Well, I think Grotto's 32, Prinplup and Monferno are both 36, I think. But Turtwig evolves the latest. Turtwig evolves at 17 or 18. Chimchar is at 14 and Piplup's at 16, I think. I kind of do want to get Leech Seed. I feel like it could be helpful. I think it's going to be better than Mega Drain mostly. So.
Whoa.
I feel like it's a good inevitability sort of move to get. If there's a Pokemon that we just don't know how to deal with it, it's a good move that you can throw out. You're okay, Torterra lives a hit, Leech Seed, and then we just swap around and try to stall out until the thing dies, right?
I agree, but
Mega Drain's not very strong.
Is our special stat higher or our attack stat?
Physical is going to be higher, yeah.
Okay.
So I'm doing it. I'm sorry.
I guess I'm not so concerned about Mega Drain so much as acknowledging that doesn't he learn Giga Drain at some point too?
I don't think he does by level up. I think that would be via TM, yeah.
And that's a powerful, move.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I won't deny that. It's not like his special attack is bad, certainly. He could use Giga Drain pretty well.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad to be joining you after a short break where we all
I just went on a little walk with my family.
We all attended to our mothers.
Exactly.
Which, we're still on the Mother's Day series, sub-series.
Yeah, this is the Mother's Day arc.
Mother's Day arc, yeah. Where we obtain we obtain a badge, take out our opponent, the gangsters. Team, what are they? Team what is it again?
Team Galactic. 800 hours. Andy over here doesn't even know the name of the team.
As you've noted before, they're not actually the most memorable team.
That's true, and I'm surprised you're willing to admit that. Yeah.
And this whole playthrough has been me discovering that this game actually is bad. So I'm still totally excited to play Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
Pearl, yeah.
But my hope is that there are some improvements, and I'm no longer concerned with the fidelity to the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're hopefully seeing things a bit more from my perspective, which is that I don't really just want to play through these games again with a new coat of paint, especially when that coat of paint, in my opinion, is almost worse than the original one.
Yeah, this is
You
like
know?
watching a show you watched when you were a kid and you remember really enjoying it as like a kid,
Yeah.
but you watch it now and you realize it's not one of those shows that, is good for all ages. It was just a bad kid's show and you fell for it.
Yeah. I think for me, this isn't a show, but the movie Shark Tank, not or Shark Tale. Sorry, that's.
Oh, I was gonna say the series. I watched that.
Not no, yeah, no. I meant to say the film Shark Tale was like that, where I feel like I watched that movie a lot as a kid. I mostly enjoyed it, and looking back on it, it's almost in the so bad that it's good territory.
I was gonna say I think I do place it there.
Yeah, yeah. But still, like, it's pretty bad.
There's a lot of memey shit that is like really entertaining about that.
For sure, yeah.
Movie.
Mitch has reached his final form.
Oh, he's a big boy now.
He's a big boy. Did he just get Earthquake right now? Oh, that's so good. That's so strong.
Okay, well.
Now the question is, what do we get rid of for it? Do we just scrap Bite at this point?
Yeah, but my question is also, are you planning on keeping Curse for like the long haul? Same with
setup moves are a little harder to use in randomizers because like there's no guarantee that you'll be able to sweep,
Mm-hmm.
But Leech Seed Curse is a pretty strong combo. I think I'm gonna get rid of Bite. I don't think Bite has a ton of utility going forward. I think it gets Crunch eventually, and maybe we'll have to reconsider there, but for the time being.
Unless you're thinking like Leech Seed substitute Curse, like some more.
That would actually be like very toxic, but probably pretty good.
Yeah, a lot of near-death experiences with that, probably. Can
you relate?
Fishing lovely lady, come along. Yeah. Poor guy,
You wish some Static Shock loving lady would come along.
Hey, great show. It's I've been telling everyone in my life to go watch it.
Really, everyone?
Self-fulfill. No, just friends, just some close friends. But
okay.
What is this game? 2008. So the person does not have access to Tinder in this current game. So he's just hoping another fisherwoman comes swinging her pole.
Maybe he'll start fishersonly.com.
Fishers only. Yeah. Fisher mingle. If it's Fishers only, if it's anything like the Christians only or whatever. No, farmers only. Farmers only.
I think both exist. I think there's a lot of blanks.
Christian mingle, farmers only.
Yeah.
If it's anything like farmers only, actually is what I did mean to say. You don't actually have to be a farmer to join farmers only. You just have to be in identification with the farmer lifestyle. So, even if you're a city person, but at heart you're a farmer, whatever that means, you can join.
See, I think I'm fairly in touch with the fisher lifestyle, except for the waking up really early consistently to go out and like get like the best fish, like the best fishing hours, which tend to be like I think in the early morning. Like that's the one part of the fishing lifestyle I'm not quite there on. But the other stuff, like I can.
Do you fish in like your Canadian cabin?
We don't have that place anymore.
Oh. Did you fish in your Canadian cabin?
We would have some guests over. Like there was one family friend of ours who really enjoyed fishing, and certainly there's a lot of other people living on that lake who enjoyed fishing. We had a neighbor, Henry, who would go out fishing all the time, and sometimes he'd just bring by some cod or whatever that he caught for free. He'd just like hand it to us and be like, "Hey, have some for dinner," and then my dad would grill it. That's the wonderful world of Canada for you.
Yeah,
this. Right. This family friend of ours, he would do some fishing and like he would sort of show us how to fish a bit and let us like do a little bit of stuff here and there.
Yeah.
I was pretty young, so I didn't do a ton, but
and you don't
a little bit.
You still don't fish, but you are in touch with the lifestyle.
I haven't had many opportunities to fish since then, frankly.
But deep down, you feel like you wouldn't you'd be a fisher at heart, maybe.
I think I can see the appeal in fishing.
Yeah.
Is what I would
Yeah.
say. It's the sort of thing I might do for like fun every now and then for a few hours, kind of like sailing. I also enjoy doing that as like a hobby. It's one of those sorts of things for me.
That reminds me, I have a friend who's really into sailing, and she watches like on you like all her free time goes to. Well, this is a little bit of an exaggeration, but a huge amount of her free time goes to watching like people boating and watching people on yachts. And
Really?
yeah, it's funny because like she is the furthest thing away from that lifestyle, and I don't even know if she's ever like, I'm sure she's been on a boat, but like she's never sailed. But her dream is to like sail the world one day, and so she feels like a captain at heart, probably like a real sailor. But she has.
I hope she's able to fulfill that dream. Yeah, because I do enjoy really being on the water. But I think it is a very fun experience once you get the hang of it, at least.
Who are you, Aquaman?
I could be.
You could be.
I don't know.
Yeah.
So
I don't know.
Funnily enough, a crunch is actually stronger than poison tail, even with stab.
Oh.
Yeah.
So should we just drop poison tail?
Well,
there's a poison.
Necessarily.
There's a poison fang, right? Cheney has to learn poison fang.
I should think so. Yeah.
He's got like literal poison fangs on his sprite.
True.
That would be
you
a
might
powerful
even get like
move,
cross poison. I don't know.
Ooh. Is that in this game?
Yes, I'm pretty sure the Crobat gets it in this game.
Oh, isn't poison jab a TM? I bet you can learn poison jab. That's really powerful.
I don't think it's a TM in this game, because I think in this game like very few Pokemon get it. Like I think Toxicroak gets it, and it's kind of like Toxicroak's signature move in this game.
Yeah.
Certainly in later games, like in gens like 6+, for instance, like yes, it's a TM, and a ton of different Pokemon can get it.
Yeah.
You know?
I remember in the anime, the Toxicroak was this.
Oh my god, dude.
Ooh, that's a game changer.
That's just a huge power spike for Kamala.
Oh,
we're getting rid of Twister.
For a second there, I thought it said unable. What? Yep, can Twister.
I think it has to be Twister. Yeah, I think Dragon Rage is going to be more useful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oof. You know what I wanted to give Kamala? We mentioned the is it the choice band or whatever, the one that super effective moves are more powerful.
Oh no, you're thinking the expert belt.
Expert belt, yeah. Because if we expert belt it with Dragon Claw, what else does it have now?
Fly.
And we can give it like we can give it like Earthquake or some other heavy hitting move. I don't know. I feel like it could be good.
I think there's some truth to what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Then why don't you do it? Also, when do we get water?
Torterra has it.
When do we get waterfall as well?
Pretty late. Like I said, it's like the 8th gym. Yeah. So it's a long ways away, unfortunately.
That's gonna be our other huge boost.
Yeah, for
a Zoom is this our encounter?
No, we already got an encounter on this route. Okay. It was Poochyena, Rachel Maddow.
Yeah. Mad Dog Maddow, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I remember from before we took our break, you were mentioning that we're on our way to get another encounter. Oh, yep. Pokecop.
Yeah, the cots only fight you at night, which is kind of interesting and a little alarming on some level. Only they don't want visibility.
What is it? Yeah. The Poketch? They don't want to get caught on Poketch recording.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah.
So
they're afraid that maybe there'll be the trainer will have a Chatot that will be used as evidence in court, Phoenix Wright style.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Oh yeah. Oh, and this is the game. Oh, I wonder how do you think the emulator has any way to get like a recording in for Chatot?
What emulator?
I mean, the Nintendo DS, this old one that your grandpa gave you. Is there any way that the microphone might still work on it?
I don't actually know if that's possible.
Yeah.
Also, I just want to say this. I don't think it's actually illegal. I don't think emulators are illegal.
No.
I think that like the current ruling in the United States, it's kind of a gray area. There's arguments that like it hasn't been fully decided.
Mm-hmm.
But I think generally it's viewed as the following. If you take a copy of a game that you've purchased and you dump its contents from the cartridge that you purchased to some other storage device, you insert it into, say, a computer and then download an emulator and then play this dumped version of the game that you have on said emulator, there's nothing illegal about that.
Yeah.
So I own this game. Did I dump it onto a off the cartridge onto this computer?
You decide.
Maybe.
You decide.
You
probably just violated your copy, so you cannot get customer service from Nintendo anymore.
Well, yeah, you have to dump it off the.
Yeah.
Usually, to dump it off the cartridge, you have to jailbreak the device
you
that
violate
plays
the
it.
terms
So,
of service, yeah.
For instance, I've done this with my 3DS because I've dumped some of my 3DS games.
Really?
Onto because I did like edits and stuff of some of them. I think I mentioned this at the beginning of the game that I've like created a sort of soft ROM hack of Omega Ruby,
right?
That made the game harder, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I did that by dumping the copy of Omega Ruby that I own onto a cartridge or off the cartridge, like onto an SD card, and then put that on my computer.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think that it like voids the warranty and everything, sure, but
the warranty. I mean, my 3DS is cash out on. Yeah,
my 3DS was already like 6 or 7 years old at the time that I did it, so I imagine there wasn't much that could be done anyways.
This route, we could have caught a Dialga.
This was a trainer's Pokemon.
Oh, okay. I hadn't noticed.
Yeah, if we'd encountered a Dialga as our first encounter, now that is a Master Ball worthy Pokemon, probably.
But its catch rate isn't actually that low, right?
I don't know if that. I think that might have been a change made in Gen 5 where they started making the box legendaries have like reasonable catch rates.
Nah. Gen 4.
You think it was even in Gen 4? Well, so here's what I'm saying.
It's like a 40. Yeah, it's hot.
It is like 45. You're right that they're all set to 45, which is the same as the starters. But I don't know if so. It was retroactively applied, right, to some Pokemon. I know like Dialga and Palkia. I just don't know if it's in this game. It probably is.
I think it is.
I thought that might have been a Gen 5 thing.
I think maybe it's Platinum, but it's certainly in Gen 4.
Okay.
Because one of the books I had, because I had those manuals.
Oh yeah.
I think it was either in there or I just remember like being on Cerebi and all these different sites so often that I remember noticing it and being like, that ain't right, man. That ain't right. Because I remember I was upset because I wasted my Master Ball on like Dialga. Yeah. I used it on Dialga. You should have
saved it for like Cresselia or something, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I thought like
roaming.
I thought as a kid, I'm like, story-wise, they give it to you to catch the box legendary. That's the whole point.
And that's what they did in Gen 3, kind of, right?
I don't remember. Did they?
Well, at least in Ruby and Sapphire, because you actually can't catch any of the legendaries in Emerald until the post-game.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, you get
Latios
the Master Ball.
You're supposed to...
Well, yeah, it is probably better to save it for Latios or Latias, but yes, you can also just use it on Groudon or Kyogre.
Yeah. Yeah, I just remember being really, really salty seeing the catch rates. And
I can imagine.
Yeah. And there's some, the ones that run away from you is so annoying. Like, is it Cresselia and that flies around?
Cresselia and Mesprit, I know, are both roamers in this game.
Yeah.
I think the legendary birds also, but that might be only in Platinum where you can catch those in the post game.
Probably. Oh.
Yeah, we got Perish Song, but it's probably fine.
Okay. Now, if he faints,
rain boosted,
does it automatically cancel the Perish Song?
No.
Okay. So you're gonna want to switch out just to be safe.
Eventually, yes.
Okay. As long as you're keeping count. Fell to 2. Yeah, this experience is making me really think that like future Pokemon games that I do decide to play, I'll probably just like want a Nuzlocke first try. They're just,
Yeah,
I don't know.
I
For me, they
haven't
haven't
done
been
that
too fun.
myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have played, obviously the more recent. Okay, so if I one shot this thing with Poison Tail, I think I can avoid the Perish Song consequences, but I don't want to take the risk, so I'll just switch.
Yeah, please.
Yeah, so I still enjoy playing the new games without blind nuzlocking them. That's just me. Like with Sword and Shield, for instance, I try to play them like I played it on set mode, right? On first playthrough. I didn't like do any excess grinding.
You're telling me, yeah.
Okay, you have said I was listening back to some of the old episodes, and you said right to me the exact same way, and I never shit on you. So
I don't know. That's my go-to line when you're saying like, I
did
this.
You don't need to interrupt me with a go-to line.
Okay, you're right, and I've done that at least like 3 times during during this playthrough. Yeah, but you were saying you haven't done it, but you still enjoyed like Sword and Shield.
Yeah, like I didn't do any grinding, like I said, and I wouldn't like spam. For instance, in Sword and Shield, like it's really easy to just grind like XP candies, and you can like super over level your team, right? And I mean,
I was so tempted, but I didn't.
Okay. You can super over level your team with those, and I was like, yeah, but I don't want to, so I didn't. And then I also played on set mode the whole time. I still found the game pretty easy aside from a couple difficulty spikes. I will say it made the champion battle much more challenging playing on set mode. I also didn't use healing items in battle. I should specify that too. That was a much more challenging fight as a result, and a much more interesting fight, I think. I saw a lot of people online afterwards being like, oh, the champion was so easy, bring back Cynthia. And I'm like, dude, this champion was quite hard. Like I was under leveled for them without doing the grinding, like I said. I played on set mode, so I didn't get free switches. And I didn't use any healing items in battle. So like he would often switch in Pokemon, and I would get like the Pokemon I had out would get one shot by his Pokemon, right? Like I had to play it very carefully in order to win. I was like, okay, that was actually like a challenging fight in the Pokemon game. I had to make it challenging in some ways, but not like I didn't go like really far out of my way to make it challenging, And I think that if all the people who complain about Pokemon difficulty were capable of doing that, because I know some people are like, I just can't not take an advantage, But if everybody did that, maybe they'd find the games a bit more interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, and the set mechanic, for example, is something built into the game that you can just choose to do, right? Like, I remember at least in Diamond, I know it's a setting. It's not just like you play by that rule. You can.
I mean, yeah, I just put it in, obviously.
Yeah.
I think it's been a setting in every Pokemon game.
Probably.
I think that, in my opinion, set mode should be the default, and if you want to make the game easier, you should switch to switch mode. I don't think they'll ever do that, but that would be my opinion of how to design the Pokemon game's difficulty.
Yeah.
I might also just bring back the difficulty settings that they had from like Black 2 and White 2, where there was actually like 3 different difficulty modes, except don't make them extremely annoying to unlock. Because on your first playthrough, you could only play the normal. Right? The normal difficulty. You had to beat the game in black mode only to get the challenge mode. And if to beat the game in white mode, in white only, to get the easy mode. And the only way to get these on new devices is, exactly.
They have to unlock the easy mode?
You did. They were version exclusive. You had to unlock both of them. The only workaround was if you had a copy of the game that had like the challenge mode or the easy mode unlocked, then you could like use wireless play to send the key to unlock it to another game.
Wow.
So it was an extremely stupid, like most players probably never even encountered these difficulty modes because of how terribly implemented they were.
Yeah.
But the actual difficulty modes themselves were a good idea, and I wish they continued them.
I just don't understand, like, playing normal difficulty to unlock easy difficulty
I
is
know
the most unintuitive thing in a game I've ever heard.
it was really dumb.
That's
but
like
they've never.
That's like something you would see in like a meme game that is just joking, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild.
They've never gone back to that idea of difficulty mode since then,
Mm-hmm.
and I really would like them to.
They were like, players were upset about our difficulty modes, so we're not gonna do it. Very like out of touch with what actually happened.
Yeah, that may have been it. They may have been like, oh, that feature wasn't used very well.
Yeah.
Or wasn't used very much. So I guess people just didn't like the idea of difficulty modes. It's like, well, no, you locked them behind beating the game. Both of them, right? Like, it's one thing to lock like a harder mode behind beating the game. It's another to lock the easy mode behind beating the game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's really funny. And it's one of those things where like if Nintendo were more in touch with its fans, it would just have a Nuzlocke setting. Like it would have like, you know, it would have a like set mode as the default, as you're saying, or it would be some option you choose at the beginning of the game.
Right.
It's very
they make you
clear
aware
and
it's an
obvious.
option.
Yeah.
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 I am actually going to push back slightly here.
Sure.
I don't think that there should be an official Nuzlocke option in a game. And the reason is I think that would stratify Nuzlocks too much. Like it would codify them too much. What's nice about Nuzlocks is their flexibility, right?
Yeah.
Anybody, regardless of how skilled they are at the game, can take the core idea of a Nuzlocke and suit it to their difficulty level, right? They can make it easier for themselves if they want to, or they can make it harder for themselves if they want to. Yeah. And I think that you can still kind of do that if Pokemon puts out their official Nuzlocke rule set.
Yeah, it doesn't go away.
But
I hear you saying
it doesn't go away.
Cultural impact.
But once you do that, it's like this sort of looming thing where like it sort of you feel more compelled, I think, to play by their rules.
Yeah.
In some ways, you know. And I think anything easier than their rules would be perceived as like, baby, you know, you suck.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. See our former episode of maybe in the post if you remember this episode, you can.
Yeah, it was the lost episode. Yeah,
the lost episode
where we talked about gaming accessibility.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, and I'm trying to think like comparable examples from other games. And
there's like Fire Emblem. There's the Iron Man version of Fire Emblem where like you can't reset the game at all.
Yeah.
You know, I think that they don't want to, nor should they introduce that into like their official settings. They already have like crazy difficulty modes. They have the classic setting where your units perma-die. They don't also need to introduce like Iron Man where they forbid you from resetting. Like that just doesn't seem necessary.
Forbid you from resetting.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking about like Smash Brothers and how rule sets are thought of, and not that Nintendo has like, and maybe that's a good thing that Nintendo hasn't put out their own version of a bad rule set for the most part.
They have run their own tournaments where they have like their own rule sets, but yeah, it's not like to the same extent. And
but still, for the most part, like there are a couple of standard rules that, you know, there's pressure to abide by them, even though they're made by ultimately fan communities, you know.
Oh, finally, we might be able to evolve Jamal Bowman.
Oh yeah.
That's Subo.
Well, you wouldn't sub out anyone for him though.
Not yet, probably, but maybe at some point. If we need like if we just like have an empty slot, or I don't know, like we're grinding maybe.
Infernape kind of, you know, takes care of the fighting type.
That's true.
Lane.
The steel type would be nice, but so what I was gonna say though is like Smash Bros. It's not that good.
Yeah.
Smash Bros. Has gotten better at specifically like introducing a better customizable way to customize the rule sets, you know, around like what the community likes to do. Like they've always had a lot of customization there, but I think they've gotten better at like making rule sets that the community wants. Like you look at the no stage hazards option, for instance, and that's not perfect.
Wait,
right?
Wait, don't go in there.
Why not?
This is our encounter.
It is, yes.
I want to cliffhanger it.
Oh, all right then.
If you want to see this next encounter, you must subscribe and ring the bell so you know when it happens. Also, in the comments, what's a game difficulty setting that you enjoy or something?
Or what's a custom challenge in a game that you enjoy?
Yeah.
What are your preferred Nuzlocke rules? Or what's a fun Nuzlocke setting you've tried?
Yeah.
Any of those things would be fun to hear about. So.
And you know. All right. See you next episode.
Bye.
Bye.